What's good, y'all? This is Kid Pro. Make sure you subscribe to heritagehiphop.com.
Peace and blessings, everybody. This is Karev from Heritage Hip Hop, and one thing about New Jersey hip hop, we always showcase not only the new faces, not only the known faces, we showcase those who got purpose. Introduce yourself to the people real fast.
What's good, y'all? My name is Kid Pro. That's K-I-D-P-R-O. K stands for knowledge, I stands for intensity, the D stands for determination. I always told myself those are 3 factors that you need in your life if you want to be a pro at anything. Hence the name Kid Pro.
That's what's going on. So,
yes, sir.
Congratulations on your many moves, and let's talk about that.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So, I want to ask you, you already gave an acronym to your name.
Yeah.
So, because you did that, let's go back a little bit.
All right.
When did you first get introduced to hip hop, or what made you want to make hip hop your way of life?
Okay, my first introduction to hip hop is, I'm going to say 97, 98. I'm in my hometown of Parsippany, New Jersey. Just found out from my stepdad that I had cable. So I go on MTV. And this is around the shiny suit era. So I'm seeing More Money, More Problems. I'm seeing a couple Biggie videos. I'm seeing Will Smith. I'm seeing all this other stuff coming up. That gets me introduced to hip hop. From there, I go backwards. And I start getting into Tribe Called Quest. I start getting into Wu-Tang. So I'm in that early 90s golden era stuff. And from there, my passion just grows and I start listening to everything from MF Doom to Method Man albums, to I'm listening to Helter Skelter, to I'm listening to Souls of Mischief, and it just goes from there, man. And that's pretty much where it started.
That's dope, because when you find something that you're passionate about, you go into it.
Yes.
And a lot of people today in here that do hip hop are not passionate, they're money grabbing.
Right.
So hip hop became alive to you because you were able to hear and see the differences of culture within the hip hop music.
Yes.
So what about the culture gravitated you? Was it the mic first, or was it something else that made you want to look deeper into it?
I just saw the way that dudes were putting their words together. I mean, at that time, I was already, my favorite subject was English. So I liked reading, I liked writing.
That's interesting.
Wasn't big on math, still not big on math. But yeah, reading and writing was my thing. And I just really appreciated the way that people put the words together, not just made them rhyme, but also with the melody behind it. Like, I got really interested in that. And from there, my poetry writing just kind of transitioned into more of like melodic and more, you know, writing rhymes about stuff like a girl I liked, or the bully that started messing with me in school, or, you know, how my little brother pisses me off. Like, it started going from finding topics that I could make up myself and that I could relate to.
That's interesting, because most people who are into bars are people who are well-spoken, knowledgeable, and are very interested in wordplay.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you a question, comparing your style to how you described hip-hop. What makes hip-hop better? The poetry and expression, or the bars and delivery?
Oh man, I mean, it's got to be a little mix of both, really, when you look at it. I mean, because you need both. As great as it is to just have that lyricism and that poetry in yourself, it doesn't really do much if you can't deliver it. You know, and I think there's only a couple artists that have really found that the way to make the two gel, make it sound perfect. Obviously that's up to interpretation, but I feel like there's really only a few that make it happen, make it worthwhile.
I hear you. We got a caller coming in right now. Shout out to us, my man Buffo on the beat.
Oh yeah. Oh, what's up, brother?
All right, so let's go deeper into what you said, because I think that's the key to what makes a rapper and an MC an MC.
Okay, all right, so rapper and MC.
Because delivery and gamesmanship is what makes a word player actually play the game. Rhyming and technique only gets you to be able to rap to a track.
Gotcha.
How do you feel about that analogy?
I agree with it. Yeah, I would say that's about that. The way you put it down is pretty good too. And then, like you said, between rappers and MCs, a rapper can pretty much rap on anything, but an MC is gonna control the crowd, really rock a show. I felt like I was first a rapper, and I had to learn and really soak up more game, listen to more acts from different parts of the world to learn how to be an MC. I was always rapping. I knew how to write, I knew how to rhyme words, I knew how to make up my flows, but it wasn't until I got older and started going to open mics and showcases and seeing other local artists, and then going to actual big time shows and seeing the big established artists to see how it is to rock a show and be an MC. And that's where I really felt like, okay, this is where, if you want to do this for real, this is how you got to go about it. So I learned a lot just with watching MCs.
So let's peel the onion back a little bit, because what you just said is the reason why I think people don't like hip hop today.
Okay.
And the reason why I think people don't like hip hop today is because the appreciation for the art has fallen behind.
Yes.
I interviewed another MC named Fire Jaws, and he said money and greed is the downfall of hip hop. Another MC that I'm cool with, I didn't interview him solo yet. I did his group 050, True Triller. And he has a song that says rappers is ass and money makes them asser. You know what I'm saying? So they're putting, a lot of people are emphasizing on getting the bag and not fortifying the foundation.
Yeah.
What is the foundation of hip hop in your opinion, and how do you fortify the foundation to keep it going?
I think the foundation is community. I mean, this was all built on trying to make everything better. Once money got into it, I mean, it's great because it gives a lot of people a chance to really go and live out their dreams and start businesses, you know, aside from it. But it's also giving people a chance to just focus on money, and when it's all about money, it gets ugly. You know, it causes people to really show who they are, and you really see that they don't really care about the art form. So, oh man, I hate talking about it so much, but yeah, money has really been the downfall of this whole game. It's great that we're making money and we're the top genre, you know, in this whole music thing, but now I also feel like all these other companies and corporations just using us for that, and you keep throwing people enough money and keep saying, get that bag, here's that bag for you, the product is going to go down, it's going to become watered down severely, and it's really, you know, starting to show right now, especially in top 40.
Well, we can talk on that in a minute.
Okay.
But see, that's the thing. Money isn't evil.
It's not evil. It's what you do.
Love of money that makes it evil. And I see people quote that from the Bible, and they get it wrong all the time. Because Christ never said like money is evil. Because he said make friends with money. Because money can get you out of a situation when you're really stuck.
Yes, it can.
And you see people have high class lawyers that get them out of prison time. So money really isn't the issue. The issue is that greed and jealousy are what's being portrayed as hip-hop when it's anti-hip-hop.
Right.
Let me ask you a question. A lot of people, back when Nelly was getting big, I really remember the early 2000s, people was all about, I got this, I got that, I got this, I got that. And I remember they manufactured a beef. The industry manufactured a beef between Nelly and KRS-One.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I remember KRS-One was saying, I'm better than Nelly, but people don't listen to me because I don't have expensive watches on. And he was on a bench talking to Q-Tip in a documentary where he said, I think it was beef, and he was like, I have a knitted hat on. That's the most expensive thing I got on. So if people don't rock with that, then what can I say? Today, same thing. You have people like, and no disrespect to them, Lil Yachty, Lil Nas X, and so many other up-and-coming new artists that are making this money, that now you have the new generation of MCs saying that, or not MCs, rappers or entertainers saying they don't respect the entertainers that came before time because they don't make money and they're not relevant.
Which is crazy to me.
How do you feel about those statements and that movement of Rehoboamism in hip-hop?
I think that's like the only art form, genre where we disrespect our elders. Like, you wouldn't hear LeBron saying like, hey man, you know, forget Oscar Robinson. He wasn't doing what I was doing back then. Like, rappers today, I just don't understand how they're gonna disrespect somebody like KRS-One. I mean, these are people that made it so that we're out here doing this. Everything that happened in Sedgwick Ave to where we are now, like, there's a lot of people that made that happen. And the fact that they just forgetting about it or they disrespecting the art form and the craft is ridiculous to me, man. I can't believe they're really going at this like that.
Well, Raj Cash had the hip-hop quotable of all time. He said, when it comes to hip-hop, Jews run hip hop, niggas run around in it. So, I mean, think about it that way. You know, it isn't that we are disrespecting each other. It's we're following a plan that I think Kid Pro stands against.
Right.
Where Kid Pro does hip hop, Kid Pro does hip hop that's based on real life and the expression of feelings.
Yes.
You rhyme not about the typical norm of hip hop. You rhyme about what it is to be mature and age in hip hop.
Yeah.
What does it mean to age in hip hop, and how do you express that to a generation younger than you?
I guess to let the audience know that you've been there, that they can relate to you. Hey, I've had times where I've made dumb decisions. I've had moments where obviously I was wrong and I didn't want to admit it at the time. I've had wild nights. I've done dumb shit with dumb people. But you can grow from it, and you can become a better person. You can grow, you can have a family, you can take care of what you gotta take care of, you can still work, and you can still get down and go crazy on the beat and shut a motherfucker down if you have to.
You know what? You remind me of one of my favorite MCs who's unsung and dope. His name's Bless McFly.
Bless McFly.
Bless McFly made a song. In the video, I don't remember the name of the song right now, excuse me for being, absent-minded. But in the video, he's talking about society, and they have the newspaper clippings on the wall. He is talking about things that he sees. He also had a song back when we was back in what's this, the early 2000s, called By Myself, where he talks about when the world goes left, he goes right, he go up, I go down. One of the best songs I think ever made in hip hop. It's called By Myself. When you rhyme, you follow the same format. The format that you make is the world does this, but Kid Pro is going to stay in his lane. What is the lane that you own, and why are you giving it to the world the way you do?
I'd answer a question like this the other day. The lane that I stay in right now is just reinforcing the fact that it's okay to be yourself. I think nowadays people are trying too hard to copy an image that's set by a couple trendsetters in the game. And it might be cool, but it works for that person. It doesn't mean that it's going to work for regular guy over here that's just starting his career out. He don't really need to go that route. Me, I'm still grown. I'm 32 years old. I feel like I got it all figured out, but then as the time goes by, I figured out I really don't. But I'm okay to admit that. I'm okay to admit my faults. I know that there's a lot more for me to still work on and improve and better. And I think the more that I keep pushing that and the more that I keep reinforcing that message to people, it just lets them know, hey, it's okay to not have all the jewelry. It's okay to not be that guy that you got to prove yourself to be tough. It's okay to be vulnerable at times. It's okay to tell your truth. It's okay to talk about your weaknesses on record. You know what I mean? People can relate to that. People can't all relate to going out every night, getting 4 or 5 girls back to the hotel, doing this and driving back in a Lambo. But they can relate to, you know what? I don't know where I'm going to pay these bills this next upcoming week. I don't know if I got enough money to feed myself and my kids. That's the stuff that people want to hear. I think that's what they gravitate to, and I think that if people think they like the other shit, I think they lying to themselves. I think that's what it comes down to. So it's just reinforcing the fact that it's okay to be yourself, and it's also okay to better yourself at the same time.